it's Grandma Roseanne, and I'm so happy you came because we're going to make something so incredibly healthy and absolutely delicious. We're going to make a veggie patty. Now, I have eaten these throughout the years in many restaurants, and pretty much they're blah. They're just not that great. And you know, when I eat them, it's like when I'm kind of trying to watch calories a little bit. So I'm going to show you how you can have an abundance of vegetables that are flavorful, excellent, and enjoyable. All right, so let's get started. So trust me and stay with me on this. Now, what we're going to need are a couple of eggs. We need eggs for flavor. We need eggs because they are a binding factor as well. And all I'm going to do is whip those up a little bit. Now the veggies that I'm using, I am going to give you measurements on it because I know you guys like measurements, but honestly, it's about as much as you want of whatever vegetable you choose to use. Now, what I have done is I parboiled the harder vegetables. So the potatoes, the carrots, and the celery, I parboiled. And then I just diced them up fine. So along with those that I have parboiled, what I did is I just put a little bit of oil in a pan and I kind of sauteed the zucchini as well as the jalapeno. Now I did that simply because I wanted that little bit of, oh, you know, the burnt crusty smell that you get when you just kind of char something. I wanted that flavor in there as well. So now to our 2 eggs, we're going to add, I would say, 1½ cups of carrots. The potatoes, I actually know how many I put in there. I boiled 5 golden Yukon Gold potatoes, so I know what's in there. The celery, you know I'm doing this just for you. 1/4 cup. Onion, 1/4 cup. Scallion, and 1 teaspoon of garlic. Celery. Did I do celery? I did celery already. Well, add another 1/2 cup, another 1/3 of a cup to it because I missed that. Now the mushrooms. We love mushrooms, so I go heavy on them. And what I have in here are baby portobellos, zucchini, and I also have the white button mushrooms in here. So I have 3 cups of those. Then the zucchini, probably have a cup. Nope. Yeah, a cup of zucchini and 1 jalapeno. And the jalapeno, I remove the seeds and I remove the veins because actually jalapeno has a really nice flavor to it, but the seeds can be pretty hot. And then, let me get this out of the way. And we want some parsley simply because it's flavorful, it's fresh, it's nutritious, and it brings a real brightness to the dish. But we don't want big old hunkin' pieces like that, so we're going to mince it very, very fine. Isn't this a cool tool, you guys? I love this tool. My brother gave it to me years ago, years and years and years ago. I looked at it and I thought, I will never use that thing. But I thanked him nicely. And I have used it probably every day since he gave it to me. It is beautiful. Alrighty. I don't know. A handful of parsley because I already put all my stuff away. Now we need some seasoning. So we're going to put in 1 teaspoon of salt. Actually, we're putting in 1½ teaspoons of salt and 3/4 teaspoon of pepper. I'm going to mix that in with the egg. If you like vegetarian things, you guys, I have a cauliflower, a baked cauliflower. Oh, it's cauliflower steak, I think is how we listed it. I mean, that thing is absolutely delicious. You might want to take a look at that too. I love veggies no matter how they're cooked. All right, now I have a cup of flour. We're gonna start out with like 3/4 of a cup. We have to have something that's gonna bind. Otherwise, we have a stir fry. I'm gonna finish off the cup. Now then we want to form these. So take a little bit of oil in your hand, grab whatever you feel would be a nice amount, just like that. Oh, I think that'd be a very nice amount. You want them about the same size, just for cooking purposes. Okay, that's a little light. We'll give him a little bit more. Don't want to chip somebody. You want to make sure it's kind of compact because you want them to hold together when they're frying. Now we're just going to fry these, but I want them at the right frying temperature. So I want them at about 350 degrees. So mine is a little bit hot. I'm going to turn it down slightly. And you can fry them faster, but if you do, you might not get that whole inside cooked as well as you'd like. And if you get it too high, you're going to scorch the outside but not do the inside. So let's just be careful with it. Now we carefully put them into our grease and flatten them, just like that. You want to form them so that they're nice and they appear pretty when you serve them, but you also want them to crust. So because of that, you're not going to mess around with them. I'm saying that to myself. I'm not going to mess around with them. I think the one thing that's really important when you're frying anything is to be able to gauge the oil temperature. Don't ask me why, but it really fluctuates. So as long as you're here with it and you could adjust the temperature, I think you're good. Now I'm going to flip the first one. I'm using 2 spatulas, simply because I want to make sure this completely holds together. So I'm going to do this, flip it, and do that. Let's do the second one. That can happen. And the third. Now I guarantee you that the professionals would cut that out when one flipped and it didn't flip all the way over, and then you would see them flip 3 perfect ones, which I think makes us feel kind of bad. And I think it makes us feel like we're just not up to par. We're not quite as good as we should be. Let me tell you, every one of those professionals has done exactly that, if not worse. They have just done it 1,000 more times than we have. So is it going to affect the taste of it? No, it's not. It's still going to be utterly delicious. So I'm okay with you seeing things that don't go 100% perfect in my kitchen, because they're not going to go 100% perfect in your kitchen either, I promise you. And that part doesn't matter as long as the end result is excellent. All right, it's time to take them out. I want to let them drain. We did not use a lot of oil, we just used a little bit, but I still think that they do better when they drain. This one needs a little bit more time, so always watch your food. Even though they were relatively what I thought to be the same size going in, sometimes the positioning of the pan, where the heat is really concentrated, is gonna make a difference on it. So I felt this one when I flipped it the first time, and I still think it needs a little bit more time. And everything is really cooked inside, it really is. But I just wanna make sure the crust is there. These look good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've got our 3 beautiful patties out, and now, cameraman, you go there, I'm gonna go here, because what we're going to do is make a nice topping for them. Now, they're gonna sit there just fine for a little bit, and just let them cool down a little bit. So here I have homemade mayonnaise. If you think that Hawaiian mayonnaise that we pay top dollar for, or Hillman's or Best Foods is good, wait till you try this. It is absolutely delicious. And do I have a video posted? I do, and it's foolproof. So we're going to put in 1/4 of a cup of homemade mayo. All right, if you don't want to make homemade mayo, just buy a good mayonnaise. And then we also have homemade sour cream, but that's not what I'm using right now. But there's a video on that too if you want to be 100% homemade. There, mix those little guys together. And we're going to put in a little dash of salt and a little dash of pepper. And just for beauty and freshness, we're going to add a little bit of parsley in there. Really good. It's so delicious. I can't even tell you. All right, hold on a minute. Let us plate this. Okay, so what I would do if I was serving this, I would just put a dollop on the top of each one. Just like that. That one gets a little bit more. A little bit of parsley just to brighten it up. And we are done, except for taste. So I am going to take this guy right here. I am going to get some of that beautiful dressing we made. And let's see what we have created here. No joking, you guys. That's absolutely amazing. I mean, absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to serve this to cameramen. This is one of the best I have ever had, ever. So, if you enjoyed today, subscribe. It really helps us out when you do. Hit your thumbs up button. Ingredients below. But really it's just any and all vegetables you want. And then we will be posting almost every day, so keep looking for us. And share us on your social media, or share us with friends if you're having fun with us, because we really have fun with you. So thank you. You guys have a great day. Cameraman and I are going to have lunch. Bye. My goodness, Chuck, this is good.